Okay, let's fucking do it, baby. Hey guys.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of Shaking Up the Game with your hosts, Haley.
Ari.
I didn't say that last week.
Oh.
Ciao.
Ciao. Buongiorno.
Oh, this week Ari is deciding to go to Italy.
Yeah, I leave this Friday.
Ciao.
23rd. Ciao. Bonjour, Rome, Florence.
So we're going to be communicating on WhatsApp.
Yep.
That's what the foreigners do.
Yeah, I honestly feel like I'm on 90 Day Fiance.
I think people even do that when they like date someone in a different country. Like just like Canada or something.
Yeah.
Nothing like crazy.
You know from experience.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny? I re-downloaded the app because I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And it like can retrieve it from iCloud.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't loading for me though, but it said like if it would. I was like, no, I want it to load. Because I know I used to message people on WhatsApp.
Like, I would pay sick money to get MySpace login just to see.
Dude, sick
Just
money.
to see
Sick money.
The combos, the bulletin board posts, the comments, top friends.
Yeah.
The wall. Oh my God.
Dude. Okay. Would love that.
that be funny?
I do want, like, I'm trying to, like, force WhatsApp. I'm like, download. Because I definitely was messaging my ex while he was cheating on me in Canada.
So am I giving you like a little PTSD with WhatsApp?
Yeah, you are, for sure. Hopefully
Sorry.
you won't be cheating on me.
No, I will not be podcasting with anyone else while I'm in
Okay,
Italy.
thank you, dude. Thank you.
No worries.
That's so crazy. Well, I hope you have the best time ever.
Thank you. Thank you.
While Ari is gone, next week, we will be dropping an episode at regular scheduling time.
Yeah, because we don't sleep.
We don't sleep. We don't miss a week. We don't take a break. We don't get sick. We don't get tired. We don't get bored. We don't get...
Grind is
Oh my
real.
God. Next week's episode will be with our first guest.
Super excited for that one.
1 year ago, we had our launch party.
Yeah. I know. Holy shit. So, congrats
Best
to
year
us.
of my life. Why are you laughing?
Well, true.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't say
Facts.
it. You didn't say it back.
Well, I was just thinking. No, I'm excited. I think that'll be a fun episode. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be super funny. I hope you guys love it.
And then that'll just open the door for more guests. So,
Yeah. If you want to be a guest, hit us up.
yeah. But,
Serious inquiries only.
yeah, show your credentials.
Yeah. Give me a resume, bio, and a 5-second clip of you talking about your favorite sports topic.
Yeah, and also which sports accounts you follow.
Ooh, fire.
Yeah.
Who's your most hated ESPN analyst?
Yeah.
So that episode will drop as normal, and hopefully, yeah, it's the best thing ever. 1 year in, officially, to Shaking Up the Game.
Woo! Woo!
We're making money moves.
Making
With
my
that said,
moves.
we don't go a week without an event announcement.
No, we're big event girlies. We have our next event on the calendar.
Woo!
Woo! And we're switching up the low.
Because we travel.
We travel. We're traveling girlies. Yes. It will be
Yes.
in downtown Seattle
Yes.
at Gantry Public House in the alley, Sports Alley,
Yep.
right across from Lumen Field, right next to T-Mobile Park.
Occidental Road, some may
Occidental
call.
Ave, yep. I think that's the scientific term for it.
Where you get your street meat.
Yeah, we're
Same road as Sluggers,
really
if that
trying to make
helps.
Seattle, like, legit, like. Friday, June 13th, 5 p.m. is when the party will start. We're doing a pregame party for the Mariners game. I think the Cleveland Guardians are in town.
Yep.
Should be a good matchup. Game is at 7:10, so we're giving you ample amount of time to come party with us, come hang out with us at Gantry's. We'll have raffles and fun things to do.
Fun
it's our favorite place to
activities.
go before games, so we thought we would just...
Ari and I, this is
Invite y'all.
our business model. We go to our favorite places, and we somehow convince them
Yeah.
to let them employ us.
Exactly. So we are just we're doing our normal business, but we're just inviting all of you guys
to
join us.
Like, we're doing the same thing that we normally do, but...
So, Friday, June 13th.
Yeah, it'll be branded now. So we're like, They're like, finally, you guys have been leaving your business cards on our tables for the last year.
Well, it paid off.
It worked, didn't it?
We're excited.
It worked, didn't it?
That'll be fun.
The marketing's insane.
That'll be fun.
So fun. That might be the most fun event this summer.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we love a tailgate.
And we love a tailgate.
We love a tailgate.
Why do we only tailgate for football?
No, we're tailgating for the Mariners games.
It's Mariners, for crying out loud. You have to, you can't raw dog a Mariners game.
You cannot raw dog a Mariners game.
You need a couple vodka sodies.
And a couple lemon drop shots.
Yes.
And a couple beers.
Yes.
And, a couple glizzies.
Yes.
What are we doing? We're not raw dogging games.
No. Especially on a Friday. So, yeah. Come party with us at Gantry's. Friday, June 13th. 5 p.m.
Since we're on the topic of the Mariners, should we start with the Mariners today?
Sure.
Because we're still on our new format where we're going to run down top 10-ish things that are going on in sports this week. And, the Mariners we didn't talk about last week because they happened to take the week off before that.
Yeah.
On accident.
Yeah.
But I will say, I've sent you a few pictures of this. I have now made sports everyone's problem at work.
No, I love this.
Yeah, on my day job. And they just happen to sit me next to this big old whiteboard. So I love...
And they don't know that you have fire handwriting.
Handwriting.
Give this girl the opportunity for some penmanship. She'll fuck it up.
Dude, in a whiteboard?
Oh
my God, white writing.
Dude, the way those markers just glide on them. Damn, you turning me on.
Dude, seriously, name something sexier than a good dry erase marker. And then when you get the perfect,
perfect thickness.
Yeah, when your handwriting starts flowing how it should.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, I sit next to this big whiteboard. And I've started listing out the Mariners standings.
I love this.
Then I started with just Mariners, because that's what I did. I did a huge March Madness bracket, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Anyways, some other folks have requested the Sounders and the Seattle Reign. Okay. So I include theirs as well, but it's a long list, because golly, they're in damn near last place.
Yeah.
But that good old AL West with your Seattle Mariners.
Runner.
I told a lot of people today that I should have used permanent marker.
Honestly.
Because that shit has been in the first place ever since I've done it. And all I do is keep adding a win in the win column.
That's so fun. I hope that we never lose this.
No, dude. First place in the AL West, the Mariners just wrapped up a few critical series where we got back on the field. We got back in the batter's box, and we playing.
Yeah. Chat, we're back.
Yeah, we just had a break.
We're back.
Oh my God, we wanted a few off days.
They took an unofficial All-Star break.
Sue us.
So MLB Rivalry weekend just wrapped up. That's the first ever. I love this idea.
Yeah, I love that.
So fun.
Well, we love toxicity.
Well, absolutely. And also how many games are in an MLB season? You gotta spice up these
162.
You gotta add something fun for these earlier games, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So the rivalry weekend, which was Subway Series, so the Yankees and the Mets.
Yeah,
there was
fire.
The Freeway Series, Dodgers and the Angels.
Whoa.
Shohei.
Shohei.
The Silver Boot Series, which is the Astros and the Rangers.
Oh,
yeehaw.
Yeah,
but how fun are those names?
Yeah. What about the Star Series? Because they have stars all over Texas? No?
The Silver Boot. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, Das Boot.
The Bull. The Bull Series.
And then the Vedder Cup between the Mariners and the Padres.
What does that mean?
So, it's an ode to, oh my gosh, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Pearl Jam's. Uh-oh, I'm losing my marbles again. It is an ode to Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder, who's both lived in both Seattle and San Diego. And I really had to look this up because it's rivalry weekend, and then you kept seeing Mariners and Padres. And I'm like, since when?
No, I've been wondering this as well.
Like, since when did we have a rivalry
I didn't know I had to beef with San Diego.
Yeah, like, Tatis is fine with me. I'm good. I
don't even, like, dislike anyone there. Juan Soto, maybe, when he was there.
Yeah, like, I have no issues with San
but now
Diego.
I do?
So, now, that's the whole reason. So, the Vedder Cup, the winner of the series gets a trophy that I think he actually, like, personally presents.
Oh.
And there's also, like, merch and stuff that you can get for the Vedder Cup. But we swept the first leg. There's another series. I'm assuming that will be home since we played in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure when that is in the season, but that will be the second leg of the series. So we're up 3-0 for that.
Fire.
Could be Vedder Cup winners.
Fire.
But on the note of the rivalry weekend, Sunday's New York Mets and Yankees game, which I can't believe I actually had on my TV. I don't ever watch other baseball teams.
Right.
But there was
literally
nothing on TV. And I was like doing shit around my house, so wasn't going to commit to a show, put it on.
But we've talked about this before. When you live in New York and you have two teams, like, how the fuck are you choosing?
Well, and I always wonder, like, who are they? Are they Knicks fans? Are those Yankees fans that are Knicks fans? Are they Mets fans that are Knicks fans? Like, how does the cross...
No, I think they're all Knicks fans, right?
Jets
or
and
who's a Brooklyn
like,
Net fan?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, because literally that whole stadium erupted when Karl Anthony Towns went on the screen.
Yeah.
So, which... He was awkward when he did that too, but bless him. But the whole stadium erupted like they were agreeing on one thing. And then I was like, oh my God, well, duh, you guys only have one basketball team. And then I was like,
psych.
Oh, wait, what about the Brooklyn Nets?
No one cares about the Brooklyn Nets.
No, not when the Knicks are in the finals.
So
Brooklyn Nets who?
Don't you think that the New York Mets and the New York Knicks are like doubled up and then the Yankees and the...
My problem here is I don't, based on colors, yes. Based on location, no clue.
Well, I guess no. The Yankees are from the Bronx. That's not Brooklyn. So, yeah, I don't fucking know.
I have no clue. I don't know. But I guess, like, in the interest of the finals, they're all Knicks fans.
Yeah. Man, what's it like having two teams to choose from? Because we got our
can we have one?
We got our cards dealt to us and then stripped away.
We have the Seattle Mariners. So
the Seattle Seahawks. And there's no questions of who you root for.
Not only do we only have one baseball team to root for, one football team, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But we have 0 basketball teams.
And we just recently got a hockey team.
Like, God damn, it's cold out here.
We do have our women's basketball though. Whatever. So that game averaged 2.5 plus million viewers on ESPN, which is the most watched Sunday night baseball game in 7 years.
Fire.
Yeah, and the 3rd and 4th most watched games on MLB TV.
Okay.
I was one of them.
Yeah,
I will admit. That weekend was also the best attended weekend prior to Memorial Day weekend since 2012.
Oh. Yeah, Memorial weekend's like a good, yeah.
People liked the rivalry.
Dude, that stadium looked lit.
Yeah, it looked crazy. So the topic of discussion around that series was
Juan Soto. Played for the New York Yankees last year after signing a major contract and leaving San Diego Padres, went to the Yankees, and then in the offseason signed with the New York Mets, which was crazy because we were like, damn, to go to the other New York team and sign like an insane deal is like wild.
And also like...
New York was in the finals.
Yeah, and also New York, Boston, Philly, like I'm not messing with those fans.
No, so those fans will come for your neck.
Damn well.
Yeah.
You're staying in the city, but you switch teams, you're getting heckled at everywhere you go. Like, there's no safeness for him. So, apparently he had agreed to be mic'd up for ESPN.
Okay.
And I remember hearing them say this Sunday, he'd agreed to it, and then, like, a little bit before the game, he backed out and didn't do it. He claims he told Mets officials that he was tired of answering questions about Yankees captain Aaron Judge and sick of explaining why he chose the Mets. Which I'm kind of like, I feel like for that crowd, you got to stand 10 toes down and be like,
okay, so why you choose the Mets?
Exactly. Like, tell us why.
No, that's weird. That's weird. Why'd you choose the Mets?
We want to know. And I guess he also did the same thing to ESPN when he told the reporters who were waiting to speak to him in the post-game clubhouse. He got dressed, began walking towards the door, told a Mets official he'd be back to answer questions after seeing family members outside.
He never came back.
Never returned.
No. Why would you?
Yeah, so I don't really like that vibe. I kind of feel like if you're gonna like do such a thing, then you gotta take the wrath of it.
Yeah, no, like, what are we doing? Because you've been on 3 major teams within, like, the last, like, I can't even keep up.
Exactly.
I can't keep up. Like, I don't know where you're at. You're just going to keep chasing rings. Like, guarantee you'll be on the Dodgers soon. That's just,
I'm sure.
That's
Who's
just
not?
how that works. No, who isn't on the Dodgers?
That's part of the...
What? How many people are on the
MLB
roster?
career trajectory. You're brought up by the Mariners.
Yeah.
You suck. We let you go.
No,
you go
yes.
somewhere. You do really good. Career
Yes.
pops off. You end up with Dodgers.
No, it's insane.
That's the transcript. If all of you high school kids want to know,
That's what you do.
that's the ticket.
Yeah, so if you are getting ready for the MLB draft, you want to be drafted by the Seattle Mariners, just so you can play with us, and then you can leave. And then once you leave, you win.
And your career blossoms.
Boom.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mariners, this week they have played against the Chicago White Sox. Mm-hmm. Won the first game. Anyways, I've been wondering, what the hell is the tie that Seattle has to the Chicago White Sox? Because the amount of Mariners fans in attendance at these games have been blowing my mind.
Like, bizarre in a great way, but
No, in the first game of the series, I think Julio hit a home run in the first game, and the crowd erupted.
I was like, grand slam, didn't he?
Oh yeah, grand slam. Yeah. And I was literally like, what's happening? Because it was so damn loud.
Are
and
we
I'm
sure
like,
some of that wasn't just Chicago White Sox fans feeling bad and Julio finally getting a very much needed home run?
quite possibly, but I don't know, because the Mariners, like, by their dugout had like rows of Mariners fans.
Wait, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, wasn't the pitcher, one of the Chicago pitchers, I think the one that pitched in the first game, I believe is from Seattle.
Yeah, but people are in Mariners jerseys. Like, we're rooting for the Mariners. Like,
I didn't really look into much about that game, but I did see some comments afterwards, and it was like, basically loving like the story of the pitcher, and then saying like, oh, it's such a beautiful story, whatever.
I think we just have a tie to Chicago.
And then it was like, rip that away when Julio hit that grand slam.
Yeah, I was like, well, now you suck.
Oh, such a touching story. Then it was like,
maybe it's just a lot of people from Seattle have moved to Chicago.
I do know. I have friends that just moved there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I guess, and then there's another. It's like you can go to the Cubs or the White Sox.
Yeah, I know.
So but I'm
sure getting a ticket to the White Sox game was a lot cheaper.
Yes.
I mean, you were going to try to do it against the Cubs, but, let that be that.
Yes.
Anyways, fire.
Yeah.
The Mariners are still hot. They're going to finish their long road trip against the Houston Astros, and then will return home May 23rd or 4th next weekend. Or the following weekend after that.
Following weekend. 23rd.
Yeah.
I think.
Can't keep up. It's a long road trip for them.
Yeah, no, I know. They've been gone for so long. I know,
we've been saying this.
Good news about the Astro series, though, is that George Kirby is allegedly set to return.
Yeah.
So that's good news with Bryce Miller recently going the IL and Logan Gilbert still on the IL. So our pitching rotation is still battered and bruised, but we have our sweet baby king, the fireman, Andres Munoz.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Brian Wu.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about Andres Munoz.
No, I know. You're obsessed with him.
We'll talk about Wu.
Brian Wu.
Woo!
Starter for the Seattle Mariners.
She wanna fuck with the Woo.
They need to play that for his walkout. That would be funny.
I don't know why he does
his run out. They don't call it a walkout. It's their run out.
Yeah.
Damn, that would be fire.
Because it gives me, that's a good vibe.
Brian Wu has gone for 6 or more innings in each of his first 9 starts, the only starter to do so for the Seattle Mariners. I'm thinking now preseason in power rankings, and I remember a lot of analysts being high on him.
Woo?
Yeah, like a sneaky Like, because Logan Gilbert gets so much attention.
Yeah.
That he kind of, like, sneaks by. I mean, obviously the same with Bryce Miller, but analysts had Brian Wu, I think, based on, like, stature, past performance, what he could do in the future, had him pretty high. And he's kind of just...
His development has been insane.
He's sinking in.
He typically, like, starts off the games a little shaky.
Yeah, he's got to get the rhythm.
Yeah, and gets, like, one hit off, like, somebody gets a hit off or a home run off him or something, and then he's, like, dialed in for the next 6+ innings. So, love that. He's been great. I just love how nonchalant he is on the mound.
Yeah.
Him and Bryce Miller both have, like, the most nonchalant vibes on the mound. I'm like...
I kind of like it.
You guys make this look easy.
Okay, let's talk about your favorite reliever.
Woo! Andres Munoz! I'm a little pissed off because he's not getting recognition by the MLB. Shocking. I know. I forget who they keep putting above him for best relief in the pitcher league right now.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he has 0 earned runs. 0.
Zilch.
Like, opponent's batting average of just .106. Like, the guy has been lights out. And the only time that he's had runs scored was, like, because of errors or ghost runner kind of situation. So, yeah, all unearned. 0 earned runs. But the pitcher that's been mentioned above him, see, I don't even care that much because I don't even remember who it was.
Yeah, no, and even if we knew his name.
They had earned runs.
Even if we knew his name, I'm not saying it on my show.
No, hell no. Hell no.
No.
This is Mooney's show.
This is, speaking of our next guest, I'm kidding.
God, I fucking wish.
He's like, thank you for having my back.
I believe we would also need a translator, which we could do.
No, oh my God, what?
He's been working on his English.
We speak fluent Spanish.
Sí, señorita. He won AL reliever of April, and he is on pace to win May. So
as he should. That would be the recognition.
Yes, for crying out loud.
Okay, well, fine. Fine, Ari. Seattle Mariners back on top.
Back on top. We're back in it.
Back on top. That's why we're hosting a pregame Mariners party, because, like, why would we not?
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention last week, big news in MLB, that Pete Rose was reinstated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say reinstated. Maybe Pete Rose, famous baseball player, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Controversy surrounding him being banned from the Hall of Fame, essentially, indefinitely, because of some gambling he was doing post-playing career.
Yeah.
Not during. That's what they do now.
Literally.
Back then.
Literally.
Back then, in the olden days,
they
just
waited
bet.
until after.
Which,
fine.
why are we going to hate him for this?
Fine.
So it's been big controversy over the last, I don't know, 20 years?
Yeah.
Over him being off the Hall of Fame list permanently. And that has now changed. He's been removed from the, what do you call that?
The
list.
Ineligible list, I guess.
Ineligible list. He is now eligible.
After his death.
When he dies.
Yes.
So he's not dead.
Well, yeah. So it was after, like, so now they're saying that I think it's Rule 21 or 21 rule.
I think he has passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, what?
Like, this wasn't a topic of conversation until after
he
passed. And so, I mean, okay, like, for example, it's like, you served your life in prison sentence. Like, now you're...
Yeah, and I think...
criminal records free.
I actually remember we covered his passing, because the saddest part about him passing was that he never got to see himself become...
who he is.
On the Hall of Fame ballot. His family never got to see that come to fruition for him and all that. And now he's been removed from the list because of this rule, which means I would assume on the next Hall of Fame ballot voting, he would be next up, because it's been...
I would assume.
And
I think it's mixed. I don't know about...
That's sad.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, well, he
bet on baseball.
The integrity of the game he ruined or whatever.
I'm like, you bet on everything.
I mean, it's one of those scenarios where it's like back in the day compared to now.
I know.
It's so silly. It's like when people are locked up for marijuana. Like,
well, we'll get into that today.
What I mean? Like,
so silly, Ari. That's silly so
in this
silly.
Age.
That's so silly. Product placement. Okay, we have to give an ode to the Women's College Softball World Series.
Okay, hit us.
Is underway. You know, actually, for viewership, that's like one of the best viewed sports of all time.
It's quick, fast-paced, energetic. It's girls just absolutely smashing balls.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some men that start watching softball and then go, wait a minute. Not only for the play on the field, but just for the physiques that they are seeing.
Oh, yeah, them tight pants.
Yeah. Yeah. People start watching and they go, wait a minute. What have I been talking shit about for so long?
Yeah, why have I just only been watching volleyball when I'm all alone?
Crazy. When I'm alone. Girls pick wedgies in a lot of sports.
Throw some softball in there, too. Like, hello.
Okay. I remember last year, the World Series started, maybe last year or the year before that, the games started actually being televised on ABC, which is a huge deal. And had millions of viewers, which set records.
I remember when we watched World Series or all of these games when we were living in Arizona, and I think we were having to stream them, weren't we?
Yeah, a lot of them you do.
Yeah.
This past weekend was regionals, so for timeline-wise, softball will start a little prior to baseball, so it kind of like they each get their own time. Regionals were this weekend, 16 host teams across the country, so the top 16 ranked teams in the nation will host a regional made up of 4 teams. Okay. So 4 times 16, you do the math, is the amount of teams that were in there. I don't feel like it either.
But whatever they 64? Say, I'm sure is right. Sure.
64. Sure?
Yeah.
Anyways, 16 host cities, 4 teams at each, 1 winner at each. So then that's regionals. 16 total teams move to super regionals.
Wow.
Where the top 8 seeded teams host that. So it'll only be 2 teams at each location. 1 winner at each.
Do we move all these locations?
And then 8 teams go to the College World Series in Oklahoma City where they host that every year.
Yeah.
Its own stadium. Oklahoma, it's like super bougie. Yeah. So coming up this weekend will be super regionals in 8 locations.
Okay.
Tune in. So by now in super regionals, most of the games should be not have to like stream. Last weekend they were all on ESPN and ESPN2 and stuff, but because of the number of games with 4 teams at each, it's some of the smaller like lower seeded games were like you would have to look up and things like that.
Are there any regional teams around here? Seattle U, UW, any of these?
UW lost, so no. Seattle U also lost their WAC tournament, so no. Seattle U's conference representative was Grand Canyon. They lost at UCLA, I think, or something like that. I forget where they were. But anywho,
Can you tell the fun story about the bougie-ass Oregon Ducks?
Oh, okay.
This just, as somebody who, as an outsider, this just blows my mind.
Yeah, Oregon Ducks obviously are known for being Nike extravagant, everything.
Yeah.
The Oregon Ducks were a host city this past weekend. They did end up winning that, so they move on by the hair of their chinny chin chin there. They lost, and it was close, but ended up pulling out the win. Oregon Ducks, similar to football team, wear these elaborate uniforms. In softball, it's just like a bit crazy because it's a lot of uniforms.
Well, yeah, you play multiple games a day.
Yeah,
which
so
I don't
softball,
think a lot of people would know that.
Put respect. Even what's so crazy is to be in the College Regional World Series, specifically Oregon Ducks, because of each location being 4 teams, it's a 2-loss situation.
Got it.
So if you lose one the first day,
yeah,
you're kind of screwed and you have to fight your way back. And then there will be a team that was undefeated. You have to beat them twice. So Oregon did lose. And then on Sunday, they had to win twice.
Got it. Which is
so better. Yes. So multiple games a day and like very pivotal games. Yes. Like these are like for your career. Yes. Like anyways. But Oregon likes to wear different jerseys for every game. The story Ari's referring to is when I was in college and we'd be in preseason tournaments and Oregon would be there and other Pac-12 teams. They're pretty unique because their equipment manager must make a hell of a lot of fucking money.
I'm sure.
Because the amount of equipment that these motherfuckers bring. Same thing in tournament days. Like, they wear multiple jerseys.
Like, do they have a whole nother bus for all this extra stuff?
Dude, they do, because we literally watched this. Not only do they wear different jerseys for each game, they change their helmets. They change their cleats, which is insane.
And unnecessary?
Yeah, I know. So, anyways, yes, they would show up to road tournaments with multiple helmets, multiple cleats, multiple jerseys. I mean, we wore different jerseys every day, but different helmets and shit in, like, this sport
getup
is wild.
Like,
no, it's insane.
So
I mean, even the Mariners wear the same fucking helmet every day. I mean, what the hell? Like, and cleats.
So it's like, okay, so after the first game, like, oh, got to go back to our changing room, change outfits, ready for our second act.
Yeah. Obviously, in the World Series, it worked out because they were hosting it, and so they just, like, went back into their locker room, and the shit was probably, like, lined up, ready to rock.
Oh, I'm sure.
And, like, definitely, like, when they lost, they were wearing, you know, the all yellow. Like, I'm sure they burned those things.
I hope
and
they
that's
did. I was about
gone.
to. They're burning my eyes.
Anyways, yeah, they're insane. Just as insane as you know Oregon to be for football, it carries to other sports.
Yeah, it's so interesting because as such, like, a huge power school, like, in the football world, the Ducks, it's also interesting to see, like, just Nike in itself, obviously.
No, exactly. In full force.
For every sport at Oregon, which is like,
oh, yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Fire.
I mean, Oklahoma, they have probably, the most insane locker room and all that.
Oh, insane.
Oh my God,
okay, yeah, so couple main takeaways from the tournament before I stop boring y'all. Just kidding. Tune in. It's fire. Once y'all watch a game, fire.
I can confirm. I was somebody who was like, and you...
This is insane. Oklahoma Sooners are going for a 5-peat.
That's diabolical.
First time it would ever be done. A 5-peat.
That's unheard
These
of.
motherfuckers have won the last 4 World Series in a row.
So this is like similar to kind of like, well, not anymore, but it would have been of like players always wanting to go to Alabama.
Yes. Georgia. Or like, back in the day, it used to be like University of Arizona was like the sport for softball because the coach was the USA coach. Like they were just always really good. Yes. Oklahoma, I mean, you're having a tough time. I think they're probably recruiting second graders now because like a 5-peat.
No, that's insane.
You know what I think about?
4-peat, hello, that's crazy.
No, it's insane.
A 3-peat.
So you can literally go there for 4 years and you will have won a World Series every fucking year.
Oh my God, life gonna hit you like a pound of motherfucking bricks. Life ain't that easy.
Imagine getting whoever the seniors were last year literally won one every year.
Oh my God, they think their shit don't stink, huh? Which
what's
I would
so
as well.
Crazy. Think about like their school. Like Oklahoma football hasn't even been great lately. Yeah. Like since when? Like these girls are walking around campus like
another year, another ring. What's it fucking do?
No, like my shit do not stank, and y'all ain't gonna talk to me.
Rightfully so.
Fire.
I would be doing backflips around campus. Like,
yeah, no.
You can't touch me.
No, you will never speak to me.
I'm so fucking elite.
No, I'm the most elite at this school. Every other men's sport.
You football players, peasants.
Yeah, bums.
Could never.
Big bums. They're walking around like Tom Bradying it with the rings. Like, what the fuck?
That's insane.
Yeah. Anyways, they go into regionals or super regionals ranked number 1. However, they were not ranked number 1 going into regionals. Texas A&M has been ranked number 1 this year, but lost.
Just a little red. No, what's the Red River rivalry?
I don't know.
Oklahoma. That must be the Oklahoma State and Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah, I think so. Texas A&M though, ranked number 1 all year. They lost.
Oh, shit. Okay,
in their host, they lost at home. They won't be going to the World Super Regionals. They are the first number 1 team in history to not make it to the Super Regionals.
Loser!
Shout out to Liberty. Liberty softball beat them.
Saggy Aggies ain't making it.
Upset of the century for Liberty.
What were they ranked?
Unranked. Unranked. They beat them.
This is like March Madness.
Dude, it was insane. And on Sunday, they had to beat them twice. They beat these motherfuckers twice. Yeah, Liberty.
Wow.
Liberty.
Okay, Liberty strong.
Liberty.
Justice for all except the Aggies.
They are red, white, and blue too. It's like fire.
Checks
beat them
out.
at home. The Aggies went home, and Liberty moving on.
Spicy.
So that's the biggest upset. Like insane. Never seen it happen.
Who do you got? Who do you think will win it all, and who do you want to win it all?
I want anyone besides Oklahoma.
Figured.
I mean, it's just hard. There's big controversy because they are a dynasty.
And that's Oklahoma State, right? Or is it
University of Oklahoma.
Oh, so it is the Sooners.
Yeah, it's the Sooners. And the controversy is because the World Series forever has been played in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's at a different stadium. It's not their stadium. It's like a World Series stadium that's only used for that. However, kind of like men play in Omaha.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the stadium gets used for like tournaments and shit in other
Probably.
times a year. However, with the Oklahoma Sooners being a dynasty now, basically when they keep playing in these games, the championships, and making it even to the World Series, it is a home game.
Wow. I mean, yeah.
And so it's kind of like been a bummer to watch. I mean, it's cool to watch a dynasty, but like literally the crowd is full Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, because
And
it's
it's
right
like-
there. It's where it's the hometown. Like, that's not really...
No, it's
Fair.
upsetting. It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
A couple other upsets. 10th ranked LSU lost at home, and 14th ranked Duke lost at home. Shout out to Tahoma High School alumni Lisa Malden, who coaches for Duke. Also played with her at Seattle U. So
That's cool.
yeah, they're nationally ranked. And then one final point on softball. Texas Tech pitcher Najari Kennedy, I don't know how to say her last name. Anyways, became the first softball player with an over $1 million NIL deal.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she transferred, big transfer from Stanford to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is in the World Series. And often people were wondering why she transferred. And, well, she made $1 million when she transferred.
Is Stanford a pretty good softball program?
Yeah, they're in it as well.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
shit, good for her.
She signed $1 million deal. So that is what NIL is doing these days.
It's reached softball.
No, it has reached softball and over $1 million.
Oh my God.
No, it's insane. Some Texas Tech got the money, honey. I don't know if that was
Whoa.
funded by Patrick Mahomes or like what. I mean, it's not. It's some like media group that like Texas Tech is involved in because that's like the group that she like essentially signed the NIL deal with, but it's worth over $1 million.
What would you do?
No.
If you were
No,
in college?
no.
If
If I made a fraction of that, a fraction.
if you received $10.
No, like what the fuck?
Wait, if the transfer portal was like as big as it is now, like
Yeah.
would you have transferred
Yes.
them to LU?
My dad wanted me to transfer my first day on the job.
Well, Care Bear can.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah. He called the coach too.
Oh, great.
Dude, so
Okay.
embarrassing. Yeah. Don't even want to get into that.
You know it is kind of giving.
What?
Caleb Williams not
Yes,
wanting
I was
him to
gonna
go to
say
Chicago.
like parents being too involved. Okay, let's move into NFL biggest points of this past week. Caleb Williams continues to make a stir for himself. So, shockingly enough, we learned this past week that Caleb Williams' father did not want him to be a bear.
Yeah. The Bears.
Who does want to be a bear?
Not sure, because if you were to ask me, I would say that's essentially where quarterbacks go to die.
Yeah, no, they do. I don't think they come out.
There's only a couple teams in this league where I would probably be like, yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. However, like we said a lot the last year, like, you're getting drafted in the NFL, the biggest stage, the highest point that you can make in your career.
Yeah.
Are we really going to sit here and be like, I'm not going to that organization?
Yes.
To the point where they were considering signing with the UFL?
Yeah, and we're going to paint our nails while we do it.
Exactly. Like,
Dude, it's giving prima donna. It's
Yeah.
giving ungrateful.
Which, after hearing this, it's just like the shittier Sanders stuff that we heard this entire draft as well. It's like, we're picking and choosing where you get to go play. all of these things where it's like, can we just like, you know, take it back a little bit and just be grateful that you're getting to play in the NFL?
Yeah,
Like,
we
that's
should.
everyone's dream.
We should be grateful. But yeah, there's problems like NIL, and then we get to the Bears.
Yeah.
So the NFL.
His dad said, I don't want my son playing for the Bears.
Okay.
And
yeah. Well, you know, no one wants to play for the Jets either. But I mean, like, it is what it is.
There's 10 teams I could list that I'm sure you would love to play for. But
Yeah.
like, okay.
Okay. Have a good day.
Anyways, then don't be the first pick.
And don't take the money.
Exactly. Then chill out and don't be the first pick and just wait until the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then Ryan Poles, the GM of the Chicago Bears, said, we're drafting you no matter what. Said that to Caleb. And during before the draft, the 2024 draft, he told his dad, I need to go to the Vikings. Which I don't know if I've ever heard that come out of anyone's mouth.
No. Okay. So just because they have Justin Jefferson, we have to go to the Vikings?
Yeah. I'm not really entirely sure what. I mean, I guess they do have a great program, but like it's not. I've never heard someone be like, dying to go to Minnesota.
Yeah, no.
So,
no. Have you lived in Minnesota?
But after his pre-draft visit with the Bears, he said, I can do it for this team. I'm going to go to the Bears. I'm going to be that guy.
God, I can't stand
Whatever that means, because we didn't see it last year, so maybe we'll see it this year. I don't know.
him to the punter.
TBD.
Yeah, we're not going to need to use you this year. Because, you know, you were not going to need to punt it.
Did he say that like on April Fool's?
Yeah, then the punter kicked for more yards than he had ever kicked. I was like, you idiot.
I am curious to see how they do this year. They did do a lot of good things in the offseason and draft, so like maybe. I mean, I never want to prey on anyone's downfall. However, if you're going to shove all of that media shit down my throat, then I'm sitting here waiting for y'all to be right.
I think Chicago is sitting pretty. Did Caleb Williams do a lot this offseason?
Not a goddamn clue.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything football-wise. I've seen him getting out of vans, cars with a lot of models.
Yeah, and I'm
in his spare time, and I thought he had a girlfriend.
I thought so too. I wonder if those ladies have any input on like tape, film.
Film. Yeah, it looked like he was probably working on film there at that Miami club. Yeah, that maybe a film X-rated. Yeah, I don't know. I actually have not seen a photo of him like working out.
Me neither.
I just have now known what your dad thinks about the team.
Which I'm like, why does this need to come out? I think I saw something about somebody's book being published, and it's like something of the quarterback or biography of a quarterback or something like that. So I don't know why necessarily Caleb Williams is part of this book.
Oh my God.
He's been in the league for 1 year and didn't accomplish much.
I can see him so being like, I want to be on the next season of like the Netflix quarterback.
Oh, he's probably like submitting his own applications.
No, 1,000%. And like pre-recording episode, like that's so Kardashian.
Like, we don't. We're not actually accepting applications. He's like, and another one.
They've moved on to tight ends.
He's like, we're still not.
We're filming Netflix kickers before we.
And another one for you. Please read this.
Oh boy! So one NFL player we will say is pretty grateful to be drafted.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Do we like that little segue? The segues have been saying great work.
Great work.
What do we call him?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. The last literal pick in the 2022 NFL draft, Brock Purdy, picked by the San Francisco 49ers, has now signed a 5-year, $265 million contract extension, including $181 million guaranteed. And a full no-trade clause.
First for a 49ers player, I believe. Which
$53 million a year. I think he's 7th on the list of quarterbacks of highest. So, this is like...
He's getting paid the same as Jared Goff. Put that in perspective. He's been balling out with Detroit.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Did they overpay for Brock Purdy?
Yeah!
Yeah. You overpay when
well, let me think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and so did the Jacksonville Jaguars. So did the Miami Dolphins.
I think the number one part of this contract that I'm like impressed by, which by his agent, is the no trade clause.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
No,
I'm sorry, huh?
No, what?
We saw what they did with Trey Lance. We saw what they've done with quarterbacks.
Yeah, and like, let's get real. I mean, Brock Purdy had a fire first year.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing.
And the 49ers used to have a lot of players, and they slowly have been losing a lot of their star players because when you pay your quarterback $53 million a year, you don't really have a lot of money to be paying anybody else.
As far as I know, is they just paid Fred Warner.
And they paid George Kittle.
So we've got
other than that,
Fred Warner, George Kittle, and Brock Purdy.
One defense,
Whoa.
2 offense.
Whoa!
And like, I'm sorry, but Brock Purdy hasn't proven to be that elite yet. But you don't have to actually prove to be elite to be.
Well, that's the thing. That's where
to get a max extension.
That's why, like, we've talked about this a number of times. So you don't have to like really, drive the whatever.
Like the nail home. Or whatever that term is.
Whatever that term is.
Yeah.
The hammer and the nail.
No, I get
bullshit.
that. I
don't
get that.
know.
Driving.
Fuck. But he had the opportunity to prove himself in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. I mean, he wasn't that his rookie year?
Yeah, I think
so. They made it all the way.
Yeah.
You could have proved yourself.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then ever since you guys keep falling short, now the whole narrative.
Shorter.
Exactly. Like,
shorter.
Your Super Bowl window is closing.
Oh, it's closed.
So.
It's closed.
Why are we shelling out that much money?
I don't get it. Was there NFL teams knocking at the 49ers practice facility wondering if they could trade for Brock Purdy? Because I'm not understanding if there was anyone.
And that's the thing is I don't think any other team would pay that amount. Did they even shop him around?
No, they did not shop him around.
So
I think Kyle Shanahan loves him. Lock him in.
Yeah.
And then the owner's like, okay.
Okay,
I guess. I trust you because you're a Shanahan and like you can run it. Let's fucking go.
So he's our franchise QB for the next 5 years? Okay.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
Okay. Well, welcome to San Francisco's franchise QB to Seattle for our first home game of 2025. It is against the 49ers at home. The rivalry week debut, new unis that we still have yet to see or
if it's a rivalry week jersey, I want to say fuck the Niners. And if it's not, and it's just like another like alternative, I want the white retro with the silver helmet.
Point blank period.
And that's it. That's all we need to talk about.
Yeah, totally.
The NFL also this past week has just completely outdone themselves with the schedule release. That's how we know that game's happening because the schedule has been released. Start planning your games, start planning your trips.
Love NFL schedule release.
The NFL has been just having a grand old time.
They're so good.
NFL release videos have just been getting better and better.
It's literally like the Super Bowl for all of the social media. Yeah. It's like a Super Bowl for all of the social media teams.
Yeah.
Because, and once again, the Los Angeles Chargers still to this day absolutely murder.
No, they might not be great on the field, but their social media team.
This is the Chargers Super Bowl. I kid you not. I have been saying that their social media team has been fire forever.
I thought they had to edit some of the video, though.
What do you mean?
I heard they had to edit some of the video out because they had, like, Tyreek Hill getting, like, pulled over.
No, that was the Colts. Yeah, the Colts.
Oh.
So I think a couple teams did the Minecraft theme, which...
Yeah, because Minecraft movie just came out.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know what the hell all that was about. I'm not really into those little Lego block
No,
people.
but it's a big movie.
So a couple teams, I know the Chargers, the Colts, and I believe some other team did...
Okay, yeah, I saw the one they had to edit because it was literally Tyreek Hill getting pulled over, but I think it was like a boat.
By the Coast Guard. But it was like him in the water like a dolphin, and then it was like the Coast Guard pulling up. It was like, whoop, whoop, like arresting him.
I'm sorry, but if we're going to go for it, like, let's go for it.
And Tyreek Hill literally tweeted and was like, why'd y'all delete it? I thought it was funny. Like,
it was funny, and, like, he's been publicly arrested.
Yes, like,
he publicly has 1 million kids.
The Chargers, I think it was in the Chargers, or no, it was the Falcons. I loved, theirs might actually be my favorite.
Okay.
They did Mario Kart, which you and I love Mario Kart.
Yes.
it was so good. They had Michael Penix driving the cart, and it looked, I mean, the details in it was so good. They had at one point, like, driving past, it was like the beach, whatever lap.
Yeah.
And they're going by, and you see these two people in, like, a lawn chair on the beach, and it's, like, for the New England Patriots game. And it's literally, like, two players, and then it says, like, a sign. It says, we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously alluding to Bill Belichick and...
Yeah.
allegedly fiance, maybe. Jordan,
Dude.
whatever. So, yeah. Allegedly. She told one person that they're engaged. So, I don't know who that one person is, but they told
Bill, we said
news
we said it
article
last
already.
week, and we will repeat it. Free Bill.
Free Bill. Yeah. But yeah, so all of
Okay,
these
so
little
Atlanta
details,
has fire. Los Angeles Rams
the
fire.
Rams was good. Brenda Song did like a news report, but the reason why I personally thought it was funny like this because they just roasted pretty much everyone.
Yeah, and we love a roast.
We love the roast.
We love a roast.
Yeah,
Tom Brady should have done that.
That's the whole point of the scheduled release is to roast the other teams.
I saw another podcast of Tom Brady just like talking about that roast.
The Seahawks, it was good, but like it just wasn't
on the top.
No.
And that's fine.
Like the cinematic aspect of it, like it was all retro, which we love. Like when we debuted those retro throwback jerseys, 2 years ago, whatever, like all of that vibe that they did with Tyler Lockett, remember in the kitchen, like it's along those vibes too, where I love the nostalgia, but I wasn't like, we didn't dog on the other teams.
It's not like funny, yeah. We're too like unproblematic sometimes. I'm like, let's start drama.
Exactly.
But the Seahawks are off to a great offseason. I will say we seem like we are getting the band back together. The morale is back together. I absolutely love the Seahawks this week took a trip to T-Mobile Park while the Mariners were out of town so they could play baseball for the day. And you know what? This is the team bonding I needed to see.
Dude, it's like giving, like, since the Mariners were out of town, it's like giving, like, oh my God, Dad's away. Like, let's go fuck around in his office.
Fun.
Like,
it was so fun.
Here.
Dude, we used to, like, play around, like, and play, like, soccer or something. Yeah. For, like, team bonding. Yeah. So it's, like, so funny. Yeah. And some of these guys, like, Cooper Kupp was swinging. Like, he was dead serious.
Oh, I bet he could smash a ball.
No, he was, like, looked pretty solid. I bet he played baseball. But, like, the pictures of Gray April, like, trying to wear the Mariners helmets, they don't fit him. Like, everything was just so good, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
So, the Seahawks are looking like good vibe, like morale.
Mike McDonald
we're on the right page because the Seahawks in the locker room look solid, and in the ticket department, even more solid.
Somebody decided to put our motherfucking foot down.
We're putting our foot down. A big topic the last few years is that the Seahawks are losing their 12th man advantage, that being the fans, because there seems to be a lot of away fans at the games. And essentially...
An excessive amount.
Yeah, the Seahawks have now implemented new rules. And this new... We're not going to get into the details, but essentially the way that tickets are allowed to be distributed and sold, which will crack down on people trying to resell their tickets to opposing fans or people. It kind of eliminates that, all in the goal to get the 12th man back.
Because we had said... probably last year, multiple times.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
That the season ticket holders are selling their tickets, in which you and I, we would love to have season tickets. Are you joking? Yeah. We would be at every single game.
Every single one. We almost are, and we don't have them.
But it's, how long is the list? The wait list is like years, and it's nearly impossible. So here we have people who have season tickets, and they're selling them away, and then you have a lot of people in the city of Seattle that would kill to be at every game, and... to finally have somebody crack down on that.
Dude, I love it. We love a rule.
We love a rule to break, but yeah, we love a rule. When it benefits us, we love a rule.
This is the rule that they need. Crack the fuck down, and I want that stadium loud. I want beast quakes. I want earthquakes. I want sound quakes. I want it all. Exactly. Crack down. Respect. All the away fans. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
And go Hawks. And go Hawks. NBA Finals, Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals starts this week.
Dude, I'm hyped.
They are under wraps. They are under wraps.
I'm hyped. This has been collectively the best, I think, span of playoffs that I've ever
No, it's so seen. Good.
They're so good. This is the year of the underdogs.
Underdogs. We love an underdog.
No Lakers, no Celtics,
Yes.
no Warriors,
Yes.
no big market teams.
Yes.
In the finals.
Yes.
We have the New York Knicks, which it's a big market team. Well, they haven't won in...
Since you don't know when.
Yeah, what was it? 1973?
Yeah.
So, do the math. And we have the Indiana Pacers, obviously not a big market team.
No.
We have the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes. They play in Minnesota. That says it all.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
And then we have the... Who am I forgetting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who
am I forgetting? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
I know. Yeah, the last time the Oklahoma City Thunder won was when they were the goddamn Seattle Supersonics.
So,
okay?
in other words, the Thunder have never won anything.
I actually almost lost it today listening to the TV tell me how excited the fans were for the first game because, they've waited over a decade. And I was like, first of all, I think they have now had them for a decade.
Absolutely.
But what
are they smoking in Oklahoma City?
I'm like, poor Oklahoma City Thunder fans. You had
joking?
to wait a decade for the team that you stole from us to make it to the finals. Like, fuck you.
Read the room.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, but you're not giving me sympathy for the Oklahoma City Thunder having to wait for the team. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
No, as we all sit on our couches right here eating bonbons and fucking watching them in the goddamn conference finals.
Okay,
remember when that was us?
No, literally, remember the better days.
Remember.
Western Conference Finals is the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. First Western Conference Finals to be played outside of Texas or California since 1996. Since the Seattle Supersonics. Not even joking either.
No, not kidding though.
No, dead ass. That was the last time it was hosted outside those cities because, the Sonics weren't that bad, were they?
Nope, not that bad.
That's so crazy because you're telling me about the last time the Sonics won and then you sold them, so I wasn't really quite sure why they were that bad and didn't
Couldn't have
even
been that
be
bad.
sold.
Couldn't have been that bad.
Couldn't have been as bad as the Colorado Rockies,
Facts.
who still have 8 wins.
Dude, and they are actually the worst team since the 1800s. I saw something.
No, I told you.
Dude, I saw something yesterday
horrible.
on the TV where it was saying literally they said
they're so bad.
I whipped my head around and said, "I'm sorry."
Dude.
1800s?
No, it's bad. They're 8-39. And what I was thinking today was, imagine being in the farm system of that team.
Oh, God.
No, you're begging for people to trade you. Because, if you're not even good enough to play for the team when they've won 8 wins,
then,
you're horrible.
You're wow, what a
Go play independent ball and cheat on someone again. Let me just foreshadow.
He has a reference for you.
That was me going back, in my essay, back to the thesis.
Dead. Okay, fun fact about that series is that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, obviously the star of the Thunder, will be playing against his cousin.
Love that. Keep it in the fam.
Yeah, Nikhil. I actually don't know his name. Nikhil.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're cousins. Apparently, they're actually a lot closer than just cousins. They grew up together and everything. Ooh.
Closer than just cousins. They kissing cousins or what?
Kissing cousins. We talking about Oklahoma City, baby.
Damn.
Hey, kissing cousins.
I don't think they're from Oklahoma City, though.
No,
Shai is from Canada, right?
Definitely not, yeah.
Oh.
Who even is from Oklahoma?
Dude, no one that wants to be. Someone on 90 Day Fiancé that decided to go marry somebody in India.
And questionable.
Okay. Easy conference final. Who do you want?
Out of these two?
Yeah.
Well, obviously Ant-Man.
Yeah, duh. Okay, so that helps Seattle fans because if you love Anthony Edwards, you automatically get to root for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But there's a lot of Seattle fans that just will refuse to root for them anyways. And respect.
Yeah. We don't really have a strong opinion on the players or the team itself. It's just, I don't want to sit here and watch them win at finals.
No, I was going to say, I don't want, disrespect for, SGA, but I also, don't need to see a parade.
No.
No, I might actually.
Because you know that if they...
I might go off social media and, go into hiding. That's too far.
Hit Aaron Rodgers up for some ayahuasca.
Yeah, no.
Need a good reset.
I've got a story about that.
If they have a parade, people are going to be wearing, Sonics jerseys.
No.
You know it.
No, Gary Payton will come there and have a word with y'all.
Which, as he should. Who do you got for Knicks versus Pacers?
Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going with the New York Knicks.
Okay.
I want New York Knicks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in the finals. Who won the trade? And just also the most entertaining finals.
There's so many storylines for that series. I mean,
it's great. I know that the Indiana Pacers have played great, but what the hally? I don't know anyone besides you. And
Reggie Miller, Pacers great, who has been on the TNT broadcast for years. Their final NBA series, TNT, will broadcast as their current DB is expiring, as everyone knows. Reggie Miller, the Pacers great, calling the Pacers series.
Fire.
Talk about full circle
full circle moment.
Great way to go out.
Yeah.
That's all I got for the Pacers.
Yeah,
go Knicks.
Tune in.
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. 5 if I'm feeling frisky, but you know.
I just like the sound of Knicks in 6.
No, Knicks in 6 feels great, and
And as Suns fans, we're never going to say in 4.
No, we're done with that. On the note of the Seattle Supersonics, there has been an official announcement made by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver that NBA expansion has been added to the agenda for the NBA governors meetings in July.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, wow. So all the teams, owners get together, have this whole board meeting essentially with the ownership group.
Like, what the fuck are we debating about?
I don't know. I thought you've been telling me for years that expansion's on the table.
You know what? This is what he keeps doing. A little carrot on a string.
Well, I think it will be interesting now because the Portland Trail Blazers are for sale. And then it might come up if there is another sale on the table. And then as far as the expansion, we know the NBA will be going to Las Vegas.
Well, we have to wait for them to build
They want to build their own fucking arena because, God forbid, the brand new T-Mobile Park that the Vegas Knights play in isn't good enough for an NBA team, I guess. Even though when Seattle gets one, they will play where
we quite literally
the Kraken are.
Built the Climate Pledge Arena for the Kraken and the Seattle.
Yeah, I know.
That was like a bid.
No,
to
you
get
can
an NBA
literally.
team back.
That's just so Vegas. It's like,
so
how many
Vegas.
arenas can we
Because they
have?
have all this desert land they don't have to do with it. They're like, let's just put a stadium
because it's
here.
boring
here,
as hell.
Here.
Anyways, everyone cross their fingers come July that works itself out. And then everyone in Seattle, all you billionaires, open your pockets, get ready to rock.
Got mine open. I'm standing outside
Hopefully
with my
Shaking Up the Game takes off by
$1. Here! Take it! Take it!
Oh, boy. Okay, final hot story of the week. We have to get into this. Basketball. We're staying in basketball, and we're staying in 90 Day Fiancé, and we're staying in drugs. Segue? Okay, anyways, ex-Utah State basketball player Jared Shaw. He also played for... Damn, it was on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, he played for another college team. I forget who, but has been playing overseas in Indonesia. Semi-pro basketball, whatever they call it there. Previously, Jared Shaw also was in the NBA G League. Forget what team he was affiliated with. So he's been around a little bit, 34 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Known for his time at Utah State, obviously, and maybe a little G League. However, playing in Indonesia, was arrested this past week for... Oh, man. I think they even charged him with drug smuggling. They charged him with drug smuggling.
Holy shit.
Drug smuggling. That's intense.
That's so
That
intense.
is intense. So basically, he's living in Indonesia, which I have learned has the strictest drug laws, around, in the world.
Okay, noted.
Probably would have taken, one Google search to figure that out.
Friends, are you listening? I'm kidding.
Yeah, everyone in Indonesia, listen up. We have, listeners there.
We have one.
Yeah, well, now they're on it. Anyways, Jared Shaw decided to order THC gummies. And obviously they're not available there. So he ordered them from Thailand. Probably didn't think much of it. Obviously didn't Google. Didn't, whatever. Apparently he was ordering them for his teammates, which he has now said.
Is that why it was 100 and some?
It's 30. Anyways, essentially he got a package from Thailand, and I don't understand how their government exactly works, but essentially someone flagged.
I don't even know how ours works.
No, well, we don't know what's going on with her. Shout out to Joe though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Condolences.
Anyways, I don't know how their government or security or like that whole thing works, but essentially he received this package from Thailand and it was like immediately flagged. Like I think they kind of monitored, like it's not like US, so you can order a bunch of shit and like someone's like looking into it. Like no one's looking into anything. Obviously you can order guns and shit from places.
Quite literally.
Yeah, unfortunately. Anyways, he got a package from Thailand and it was flagged. Went to his house, and anyways, the police went to his residence to see what was in his package from Thailand. And it was 132 THC gummies.
Fuck.
Immediately arrested, charged with drug smuggling. They paraded him, like showed him at the courthouse or whatever on Wednesday. He's being held. He's been detained. They didn't say anything. Anyways, what is crazy about this story is that because he's charged with drug smuggling, if found guilty, he's facing life in prison and the death penalty.
Oh my God.
In Indonesia because of how strict their laws are. I think by some grace of God, maybe he will not be guilty, but I don't really know if there's room for that. If the cops like literally found the drugs. And then obviously he's been banned from the league.
Yeah.
I thought that went without saying.
Totally.
But the league was very much like banned for life. We don't affiliate with anyone that has to do with drugs. I know, I'm sorry. I feel so bad for the fucking kid because it's like I can walk down the street and buy them in the store right now and walk back to my house.
Like, I understand that he's in Indonesia and completely
missed the mark.
Yes, that's his fault. Absolutely not saying what he did was right. However, it is so hard to see him be labeled as a drug smuggler. And like, he's just like,
bro.
Yeah.
And I just think, it's fucked up. Like, did we not learn from Brittany Griner?
Yeah, well, that was where my
like, I just, you guys don't watch enough reality 90 Day Fiancé TV. I'm telling y'all.
The world is different.
It's different out there.
It's so different.
It's so different. You can't, this ain't, no.
Yeah, no.
And so obviously I feel horrible for him and his family because I don't even know. Like, I don't think there's like a presidential pardon for this.
I was going to say like how we had to get Brittany Griner back.
Maybe. I would hope. Okay, Trumpy, let me see what you can do. Because I actually would. This would be a case because poor kid, 34 years old. Anyways, I don't know what the likelihood of that is because 530 individuals currently in Indonesia are on death row.
For marijuana?
And majority are from drug charges.
Oh my God.
So I don't know. And I would assume there's some Americans mixed into that 530.
Wow.
So the last time that Indonesia, a few years back, was, how do you say that? Going through with their executions. Yeah, hanging style.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm smiling because I'm so awkward. My body is like tensed up. Like, it's scary. They don't, like, again, this is not America where death penalty is like with a lethal injection. No, they don't have that. But they don't do hangings anymore. It's shooting. Dude, this is like no joke.
I'm actually shook.
No, it shakes me to my core. Like, it makes me like scared.
That's scary.
I've had some family members that went to school with him. My sister-in-law allegedly dated his roommate. So, plot twist. My brother has spent time with him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's just like a kid. Just like a normal kid. Because both my brother and my sister-in-law went to Utah State. And
that was my first thought.
Dude, I know. I was like, do you know this Jared Shaw? They're like, yup.
Yeah.
Crystal's like, uh-huh.
Oh, no.
And now I'm just like shaky, quaky for his family. And I would assume this is going to turn into like, obviously, a lot of letters to the president, similar to Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to, right? Yeah. I mean, it's essentially the same situation, but I don't even think she was on death row.
No.
And she wasn't facing life in prison.
No. I think it was just like
So
a sentence over there. I don't know. But
I'm just scared. I don't know what the likelihood of that is because Indonesia seems like, I mean, maybe hopefully we got something that they want because that's how that works.
incoming a lot of tariffs on Indonesian items. What do we
Maybe
gotta do?
if they give him a free airplane, he'll
What
pardon
do we
him.
gotta do? Damn. Well,
Dude.
that is intense.
No, it's really intense, and I really hope that everyone playing overseas is safe because that
You got
is
me
like.
shaking in my boots going to Italia for a week. What if I...
Don't bring your stuff, Ari.
What stuff?
Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm
All I
looking.
bring is my Adderall, I swear to God.
Is that approved?
Yes, it's in a prescription bottle. With the same name as my passport and everything.
Do you have the documentation for that?
Yeah.
Okay, bring it.
I'll bring... I just got a letter in the mail from my healthcare saying we've
Bring it.
reauthorized.
Bring it.
Yeah, so if they try, I'll just punch
Don't
'em.
bring your vapes or your pens.
I have nothing. No weed. No.
Okay,
I'm not bringing
good.
anything.
Thank you.
No.
'Cause I don't need to come bail you out of Italian jail. Ciao.
Ciao!
Snooki went to Italian jail.
I know.
She got in a car. She hit a police.
She
car.
survived. You know, that is something that is on my list of things to do before I leave, is to find out where their apartment is in the gelato shop. Like, some people are seeing the
No,
Trevi
not
fountain.
the gelato shop. The pizzeria.
Yeah, and that. Yeah.
No, because they worked at the gelato shop in Miami, not in.
No, there was a gelato shop that they were at. I'm pretty sure in the.
Oh, that they went to, not that they worked at.
Yeah, but the one that they went to. I can picture the episode.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so pissed.
So,
I'm so pissed at her.
Like, a lot of people, you know, go to the Trevi Fountain and all of these monuments. I, however, will be where Mike the Situation got headbanged the wall.
Dude,
and
you
was in a
have
neck
to wear the
brace.
sunglasses and the neck brace. That's iconic.
Yeah. That's
Anyways,
legal.
justice for Jared Shaw.
Yes.
That's horrible.
Don't fuck around overseas, people.
Don't, please. Google, like, watch some television, educate yourself. This ain't America, y'all.
Honestly,
It's really
watch 90
not.
Day. I have learned so much about these other countries.
That's so crazy. Like, people think we're joking. We're not.
It's insane.
As we mentioned, next week's episode will be our first guest interview. Stay tuned. You won't be disappointed. Following that,
yeah.
June 13th, we will be hosting a patio party at Gantry's Public House on Occidental Ave before the Mariners game.
Damn, I just realized that's Friday the 13th.
Damn. We're going to have to turn that around. And Ari, have the safest, most fun trip in Italy.
Thank you. Or grazie. Grazie, as
Oh,
one
God.
would say.
On that
Ciao,
note,
buongiorno.
XOXO.
Shakers.
Shakers. Bye, guys.
Bye.